Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
It looked good for Heroic on the first half, managing to make a T-side out of Nuke, but Envy humiliate them onto the second, and we do have the French side taking the first map of these two maps. I'm joined by YNK and Sponge once again. They're going to be guiding you through exactly how we lost out on the Danes on a map that a lot of people expected to see more from them. I mean, there was a high expectation set for Heroic. This used to be a map they kind of joined north in the kind of Danes on Nuke category.
And they've proven why in the first half, right? Despite, they won pistol, but got a reset straight after, lost the force buy, and lost in consecutive 3 rounds. But after that, they did a good job on the T side in the gun rounds, right? Throwing the smokes and then variations between we're going secret this round, or we're going ramp, or we're going to try and switch it up with an upper rush and so forth. And they did manage, with that bad start, to win 8 rounds on T side, which is admirable.
Yeah, Henry wanted us to highlight it. It was the double ops being run by EnVyUs on that CT side, and there's always a question mark there, right? It can be really good if you know a team's running slow strategies and they're just waiting for picks and waiting for utility, because you can get a little bit aggressive with a pick through squeaky door, maybe go a little bit aggressive on ramps. But, it was time and time again where, it just seemed like, hey, we're just going to rush top. And then you have 2 ops, you have to retake that upper bomb site. It's almost impossible.
For me, it's a curveball, right? You have an opera on yard, and then you let himself be known in a round, and you throw the first smoke on ramp, and then after that smoke dissipates, you don't re-smoke, and then you just have an op waiting, because a player might, peek into that, try to slowly take control of ramp by himself, and there you get the kill, and that's like a freebie, right? But I absolutely agree with Chad. If you run double up consistently, well, then you limit yourself extremely in the retake. And you're going to have to do a lot of retakes.
Excuse me, yeah. Talking of consistency,
Excuse me,
RPK's done it again. This is becoming no longer a talking point. It's almost accepted. He's kind of joining the category of Simple with Na'Vi, Tabson with Big. He is fast becoming these consistent fraggers that will be at the top of the scoreboard and be a win condition.
Even at a 1v3 that he won where he just had to stay alive. Those are the rounds you love to win. So, no, but the thing is, this guy's looking fantastic. He's just hitting headshots time and time again. His decision-making is on point. When he first returned, or even, and there was a transitionary period before when he got to this kind of level, he just felt really clunky, really awkward. He didn't really feel like at home, and now his decision-making, everything seems to be on point. He's an older guy, right? So one of the first things to go is probably your reaction speed and definitely movement are 2 things which I associate with the older players. But he seems to have good decision-making, which maybe makes up for some of that, and it's looking good and definitely a good sign for EnVyUs going forward.
100 ADR, and the fact that they get a map here is fantastic. The French battle of the top 6 is pretty much over, and with that said, though, there is that 14th and 15th spot. You've got to be very cautious of, otherwise the Mountain Dew League awaits you. Instant elimination if you're in that bottom table. Yeah, well, Mountain Dew League, Virtus.pro playing earlier today. I watched them against the alternate attacks, and they won. I think they're towards the top of the Mountain Dew League right now. So that's good news for Virtus.pro. I don't know if anyone else saw it during the break. I know they mentioned it on broadcast. I saw some bad news for Virtus.pro. They got knocked out of WSG against just a Polish team no one's ever heard of. So you don't like to see that for the once great team. Yeah, well, that's what's on the line if you guys don't perform here in Pro League. The relegation to the Mountain Dew League is considered the Premier Division, just beneath that of the Pro League, and you can catch all of the action over at. Chad's got it in his head. Watch this. ESEA.net/MDL. Do it. ESEA.net/MDL, and you can go ahead and check out the scoreboards and find the broadcast there as well. So that's worth checking out if you want to see how VP and your other friendly faces are doing. With that said, I would like to move and navigate towards Inferno. I think this is one of the maps where I'd like to break down the map more than the gameplay. We don't really have too many expectations for the teams on paper on Inferno, but instead let's just kind of explore Inferno as it's kind of been re-released into the wild. I think the thing that I normally say when I talk about French teams on Inferno is really good set executes from second middle, but something that the guys from EnVyUs tend to do, or at least when this map first came back into the play, was they like doing the flash through the mid smoke, right, and taking duels there, and they're really good at getting mid control, and once they have that mid wall, forcing picks, forcing you to rotate. But saying that, this is a map where I expect someone like Yugi to be completely unleashed. I don't want to say he's an elo hell, I don't want to be that harsh to the rest of his squad, but he consistently is the best player on this team, and when he can get an AWP up on a map like Inferno, move him around a lot, he's very flashy, he's the definition of a combat AWP, he can do it all, he doesn't have a 30-degree window, he can hit the shots he needs to, and I think that, that is a positive for the guys on Heroic, and maybe the only positive at the moment, because things aren't going fantastically for them as of late. Yeah, their camp has generally looked rather disrupted. Yugi, however, a constant fragging presence. If you're in heroic situation, you know Yugi's going to be delivering Yanko. You know there's going to be you want to get an AWP in his hands, even on the T side, as Chad is insinuating. I mean, what do you make of putting it on the T side?
I'm not sure. Just because it's very difficult to AWP on the T side, right? Everything you try to do is going to be naturally awkward for your AWPer. The only thing where it is potent at is once you get the bomb down, and then for the after plan situation, right? It's very strong at defending the retake, but the problem is with an AWP on your T side, can you get into the sides without losing too many players and so on? I personally prefer no AWP on the T side, only like whip it out if you know where the opposing AWPer is going to be, and then you can pick him off, or you have a lot of faith into your execute that you will be able to get them into like big pit or behind new boxes on B bomb side.
I've never been particularly convinced, but maybe here's an argument.
You have been trying, Alex, a lot.
I have been trying. Yes, we're gonna keep pulling on that thread. I've made it work occasionally versus my scrubs that I play against. The point I was trying to make before I got confused was
rudely interrupted.
Oh yes, there it is. Hey, what about some SMGs are going to be rewarded on this map? Less than Nuke, maybe.
Oh, they bought a Galil.
They got a Galil.
We got saved. The Mac Daddy strat was saved by Sixer. He made the right decision.
I don't see that very often.
It's curious though, because I think what happens is the round just ticks over, and then there's a couple of people who just have like really hot trigger fingers and buy. Like, they don't actually think about the round, right? You know, Yanko pointed out before, if you're a person on 3.2k, then yeah, maybe you're buying the Mac 10, or maybe you're buying the UMP. But if you're the guys on like the 3.7s, maybe look for an AK or a Galil, right? You just leave it to Sixer, who's not the most proficient with the AK when you look at the fact that he's the main AWPer in the team, right? But yeah, Alex, you're right. It could come into play here, especially if you want to do B executes. I don't think that, obviously, the duels aren't as long, so on this kind of map, 5 Mac 10s, as much as it pains me to say it, could work more than a train.
That's what I like to hear. So no train, not Nuke, but maybe Inferno, it could work. It could be potent. All right, now it does sound like the players are almost ready, so I want to start outlining some win conditions as well, Chad. I see that you are taking a deep breath to drop some knowledge bombs.
No, it wasn't anything about knowledge.
No?
No. We can pretend it's about knowledge, though.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I just think that this match, Alex, is going to be heavily dependent on the be-all and end-all of the pistol rounds. We always talk about this one, but the reason that we say in best of ones that the pistol rounds are so important is because it is 2 maps, right? But the whole reason with a series like this that the pistol rounds can play such a huge impact is it controls the money system hugely, and the series is over. So I just think, this is a really bad point. I didn't really have anything, and we just spoke about pistols.
I like that, though. If you see that, he's thinking on his feet. Now, this is where, Yanko, I turn to you and say, do we see a French 2-0 here?
I think this is a 50-50 matchup, right? We saw Heroic have a great T side on Nuke, then they flopped on the CT side, which is the easier one. If they just pick it up a little bit on the easier side here on Inferno, they can walk away with this one. So in light of the online CS, I go with a draw.
Okay. You really like the 1-1s.
Yeah, it's
You
safe.
normally split the series, yeah.
It's like,
Hedge your bets.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, with bets hedged, we are going to go ahead over to your casters. Our final game of the evening takes place on Inferno. Will it be Modi and Yugi firing on all cylinders to take the Danes into the 1-1 Yanko is prophesizing, or will it be a French 2-0 as Envy get themselves further and further away from elimination? Let's check in with your casters, Henry and Sado.
Yo, what up, dog? Welcome back. It's Inferno! I like it. Sometimes I question my sanity.
Yeah, you're an interesting character.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I think Paula, was it Paula? I think it was Paula that said I am like a character out of a sitcom.
Yeah, almost a caricature of yourself.
That's not bad, I'll take that.
Envy versus Heroic, it's Inferno. As you can see, both of these teams near the bottom of the standings here, fighting their way through not to be eliminated. Seems like EnVyUs have picked themselves up 3 points, looking for 6 here. If they can do that, they'll probably be safe. Heroic, maybe not so much. You can see them sat down there in 13th place. Need to be very careful indeed. It's Na'Vi, I believe, is still at the very bottom, which is shocking when you think about it. As we get into round number 1, though, we'll have a look at the buys coming through. I'm sure we'll see a PD50 or 2. We do indeed. Happy purchases, 1 just there. That's the only one so far. Oh, this could be very tactical. 2 smokes, HE grenades, flashbangs, all sorts, really. 1 defuse kit for Modi. They'll send 2 players towards Banana. Nothing crazy on the CT side. It's looking like a fast Banana take as all 5 players head to the top. S-Tag to defend and CT spawn into smokes and flashes are deployed.
Deployed indeed. as we get to B. Yugi gets him from behind the Evo position, but walks out and only manages to get the 1 kill. XMS is there to respond, smoked off toward the coffin position, and therefore Stag. He'll sit and wait. He's got 1 player that's been quick and sufficient in rotations. The other 2 are still towards CT, but they're swift enough to be close when the bomb gets planted, because it's not yet been planted. It only goes down now, which gives Heroic a chance on the retake. Kit in the hands of Madi, and 1 to find. It's Happy. They know he's out toward... Okay, never mind. He's dead.
All those kills came in his space about 5 seconds. Good lord. Well, there it is. A fantastic retake there from Heroic. There was a little bit of a delayed plan there from EnVyUs. It seemed like they wanted to try and force the frags at the Coffin's area. It didn't really work out for them. Lost everything. And then they were separated. They could have just held up in a decent crossfire towards Emo or new boxes, something like that. But all in open positions didn't really seem to help each other out too much. Heroic win the pistol. Round number 2, Force Buy coming in. They got the bomb down, the Force Buy in the second round. Seems like the CZ these days good as a rifle. Why not? Usually you bring out the AKs in the third, but why not try and shut down the SMGs in the second? It's a brave approach, and one that could work out for EnVyUs here. We'll see whether these Deagles and CZs have anything to do here on Inferno.
RPK will wait. XMS himself a little more forward, but still it's a pretty passive setup from the Heroic side. Yugi, S-Tag, and Sixer, RPK, the only ones over toward Banana at this point in time. It's Snappy, Maudie, and Nico on A, XMS and Scream. Along with Happy are the ones to check each side. So 3-3 and 2-2 as the map splits and sits the bomb in the hands of Sixer toward B, or closer to, I should say. It's not exactly in B. Let's not get carried away with raiding in much as Yugi gets aggressive. The MP9 does find a first and single kill. He'll re-smoke himself and give him a deeper position. They've realized that Arch was slightly open for a second, and their suspicion's correct. They find 1 player working down the speedway. It's Maudie that therefore takes out Happy, and things all go the way of Heroic.
Force Buy. Very unsuccessful there. EnVyUs don't pick up a single kill. No bomb goes down. Could have had AKs right here, right now, up against MP9s and UMPs. But didn't seem to pan out of that way. Heroic will certainly be aware. They would have felt the armors and helmets of EnVyUs there. You know they've got a very easy round coming forward in number 3. Sending 3 towards Banana. Just a nade at the very start. Shut down any sort of Banana rush coming in. There we are, the nades. Incendiary as well. Taking a bit of damage there, Yugi, from the Incendiary. Oh, spots 1. Happy does a little bit of damage there, but not much.
Yugi still waiting down deep side. Banana. Same position as last time. Four players waiting. Outside at the T-stairs. I suppose it's all outside on this map, isn't it?
Yeah. Apart from apartments.
Fancy that. As we arrive there with Happy, he'll push up. Yugi, meanwhile, still sits down by the logs. MP9 to work with. Very slow from Envy. Now the floodgates open, and they know because the smoke came down late that there's 1 toward the tree, but they never get that far. Never get that far at all. Happy found bomb. It was all a ruse. They wanted everyone to rotate to B and at least get a plant. They won't even get that far.
Waiting as long as they could, trying to bait out as much utility from the CTs, at least keep things moderately expensive. Don't find any frags. Yugi sprays them all down. Let's see with the MP9, so lots of cash farmed. I'll drop it over to S-Tag as we get to round number 4. The first gun round. What is this? 2 MAC-10s and 3 AKs. Hello?
Money in tatters, actually,
really.
to be fair. Yeah,
round.
XMS has 1450 left over, and Scream has not much less at 1150. So yeah, this is a call. This is an interesting play. Perhaps they're just going to run in.
It's an absolute mess.
Molotovs everywhere as well. I would have thought they would be the ones throwing them in and then trying to capitalize with the movement speed. They get slowed down early. Not a lot of damage dealt from the Molotovs, but it hinders significantly the MAC-10s, although the MAC-10s somehow Scream makes it work, goes in, and down goes Snappy and Yugi, but look at S-Tag, finds 3 from behind, a hat trick in the back, as they wanted to wrap around. It's Marty, the next in line, but Happy wins that with an AK. It's a rather peculiar round.
One of the scrappiest rounds we've seen all week. I'm not sure how it panned out in this sort of fashion, but EnVyUs all in towards B. Every Molotov, every smoke deployed. It seemed like they'd done everything. Scream with the entry of the MAC-10 and the 3-man spray down with the M4A4 from S-Tag. That round had everything. Wasn't the prettiest of Counter-Strike, but certainly was quite exciting. First round on the board, though, for EnVyUs. 3-1. Double MAC-10 in the first gun run. I haven't seen that ever. There we go. It works out, I guess. It does make sense if you know you're going towards B. You'd be going all in that area. And it's going to be Yugi facing towards second middle. Scream is even ready and waiting for that. Can't react fast enough. 5-on-4. The orb can be very versatile on a map like Inferno. Plenty of options at the start of each round to try and find opening picks.
Try and find opening picks. RPK, or AK. Work his way up to the half wall. 3-1 for Heroic on a CT side. But Envy looking to replicate success as they head toward B. S-Tag's ready, and Snappy's with him.
BXQ coming in any second. Smokes at coffins where S-Tag is right now. CD spawn, Molotov. First boxes, potentially the new boxes as well. Watch out for it. Here it comes. Molotov towards, in fact, and Molotov at the oranges at all. Flashes are coming in. This could be a focus towards CT spawn, you know. The smokes I've seen, they will go for that. Happy, though, of a fantastic shot. On the bomb site itself, RPK wraps around and might do a very good job here. Snappy still stuck on the bomb site itself. Sat in the smoke, but that could be everything. Can't deny the plan, but he will find the follow-up frag. And he's done enough. Snappy with the 3K. Happy now surely can't do anything about this.
Happy's going to rotate back out towards just check Banana. Bomb is at least planted, well, I shouldn't say for him, but in the site. Molotov, I thought, would at least hold off Marty. He actually almost wants Marty to peek now. Spots and reveals the fact that a flash was coming, but Marty does peek, and it's at the wrong time for Happy's patience. And they get it. You're right. There was not much of a chance.
Snappy hides inside their smoke, designed to allow them to plant. That's actually like an old school source strat people used to run. You drop that smoke by the first oranges, flashbangs go everywhere, and you're planting in the smoke, like that one they've got down there, as all the chaos is going on. And then you see what you can do afterwards. Unfortunately, Snappy's sitting in the smoke for so long, he comes out and unleashes hell. 4-1. Reset for EnVyUs to get the bomb down. It would be devastating. They can buy into the next round. Partial buy here with P250's Deagle CZs. Scream makes his way towards the apartments right now. The opposite out for Yugi, of course, and I'll try and see what they can do here. 4-1 down. Not looking amazing, but still very early days, of course. Yeah, just joining us. It was Heroic. Narrowly missing out on the victory of Nuke. EnVyUs managed to convert things in the second half in very clean manner. Great second half from them. 1-0 up at the moment, 3 points in the bag. Nico with this dirty position towards quad. In front of the peak like that, but shoulder bait him out. That's the way to handle it.
Way to handle it or not, it's going to be dealt with. Snappy gets a stag, and gets with a stag, gets Scream, I should say. 3 names listed, not Sue, but Sixer goes back. CZ in hand, he gets a boisterous sense of confidence, perhaps, to rush through a smoke. Some might call that stupidity, but either way, flash timing pushes the AWP back. Now a stag arrives, looks for more. The loud clicking of the magazine as it runs out of ammo. That was such an appalled thing when it was added to the game, was it not?
What's that?
The you're running out of ammo noise.
I didn't mind it that much.
I mean, it's client side, but it's almost like that's something you should keep track of. I'm not saying it made a difference.
What do you mean client side?
Is it?
No, you can hear other people's clicks as well.
I haven't been close enough. Guess I just don't care.
No, like it's like people were like up in arms about it, and it really wasn't a big deal. It hasn't affected the game whatsoever. It's just a nice feature for new players. Like, you're running out of bullets.
It's true, but it also tells people like, oh, he's running out of bullets. I'll rush him.
Yeah, and you could use that to your advantage.
I don't know why I still thought it was client side. Sorry, you're right.
That's
my mistake.
It's okay. People make those sometimes. Some more than others.
It's true. I couldn't recall a situation where I'd heard it, and yeah. Anyway.
That's why it's just not really a big deal. It's like, sure, you can rush them down, but like, you could also bait that out, play CZ or something like that. I don't know. Either way, it's going to be S-Tag now, finding the first frag. This is a bit of a weird buy with CZ and Mac-10's out once again. RPK doesn't seem to care what weapons they've got. He'll be finding headshots all over the place. Plants by the coffins, and that should be round. They've got Molotovs and flashbangs here, but the retake definitely still possible. 3 players up against 4. Modi, he has to be the linchpin here. Smoked out of the coffins for now. RPK, what fantastic work you've been putting in for EnVyUs recently.
Well, it's Modi that waits toward the chapel. Starts to work his way back in. He's got to give time and waiting to his teammates, and an overstep from RPK, who had a suspicion he would be there. Gets taken down, but it's too late to do anything with the round, unfortunately. 3 kits, and even still, they have to back off again with a Mac-10 in play. This time, it's not a factor in getting kills. It was RPK that did most of the work.
Indeed. 5-2. RPK. Amazing work that was on the second kill, especially. The old 180 towards CT spawn. Coming up for Yugi once again. Another Mac-10. XMS is really loving this. He could buy AKs, but he's more than happy to stick on the entry-level SMG on the T side. Very default setup for now. EnVyUs not showing any presence towards the B side of the map at all. They've just got RPK watching for any flanks. This is a classic default. Not even opting for banana control at the start. Just trying to clear out the apartments first. Once you've got apartments, then you can fall back and get banana like RPK is slowly doing now. Once you've done that, the CTs presumably don't have vision on 2 key areas of the map, and you can begin and execute if you want to.
Happy, meanwhile, continues to try and check the top of the atrium as XMS gets in position. MP10, Mac-10.
MP10.
He'll hold the mid-wall. Snappy knows they're there. Sees the flash go high, rather smoke. Instead, he hears the difference in the noise when it hits the wall. I expected a flash, it was a smoke. And he's ready for all of it because he come around the corner and he sprays down 2. It's bomb included. It'll be dropped in his possession. RPK happy. Sixer now have to make amends with their losses. Sixer does the first of the deed to take down Snappy, a vengeance indeed. But as a Stag gets them back into the similar position, he'll flash off and take almost an identical angle to find his kill. Still leaving the bomb on the ground. Modi chimes in. He wants some of that as well. All 5 could go down in front of the archway, and they will.
All right, bounce back. Another reset there. It was up against an eco the round they lost before. So it won't be as devastating as it possibly could be for EnVyUs there, especially on the T side. 6-2 though, looking very good. Looks like another eco comes through for the French boys. The boys in blue. Can you say boys in blue in French, Matt? Give it a go.
Garçons de bleu. Boys of blue.
Is garçon boy?
Après le garçon. Yeah, garçon's boy.
I'm not sure about that. Look it up.
This is my clackety typing. Can you talk?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Sorry, this is really exciting. Well, here we go.
Poissons, fish between poissons.
Oh, I think that's what
poisson. Do you know what seal is in French?
No.
It's Fouk.
RPK and Scream fully invested as we get back on course again, steering the ship in the right direction.
Toward the seals.
Yeah. 2 players fully invested, but I guess still partial buy. They get the bomb down, they should be fine for the next round. We'll see whether they can do that. 5 players towards middle. With full banana control, Yugi can tell his teammate S-Tag to head back towards A. It might not even matter. Modi's lining them up. He's getting ready to strike around the corner. XMS waiting for him. Can't find the shot just yet. A little bit of a missed shot. And it will be 5 on 4. EnVyUs now with these pistols. Can't recover the rifle just yet, but they're getting close to it. There it is, picked up by XMS. Looks like they're going to commit as well. Bomb going down. They've got a lot of these strategies, it seems, but one that won't work out this round.
Nico picked, has his teammate a stag to work off of. He gets a kill immediately over his shoulder, but Happy jumps down in behind him and finds the kill they're looking for. It's suddenly down to Yugi, and EnVy have footing in around 6-2, might become 6-3. Yugi, AWP, misses a shot because he wasn't expecting a player to be there, and that's his cue to back off. So it will indeed be a round added to the T side.
Pistols only. EnVyUs get that kill at quad side. It looked like Modi had everything to play for there. Could have got the two-man spray down, gets nothing for it. Baited out by the shoulders once again. They went for an interesting play, EnVyUs. The set piece smokes to allow them to get bombs down where CD players are still alive. Didn't work out for them. The bomb goes down, but still picking up everything. Sixer, XMS, Happy, and Scream all chiming in. Yugi to save the AWP, and now EnVyUs come to life once again. That looked like a round that was going to fall apart for them, but the risky investment pays off. And 6-3 is the scoreline. As we enter round number 10, this will be a pause. Tactical timeout for EnVyUs. Considering they just won the round, that's a little bit of a strange time to take it. Maybe it's a chance to count the cash of the heroic side, work out what they've got. They have saved an AWP, and let's ask the coach what the tendencies are of Yugi. Where does he go when he knows he needs kills? Inferno is one of those really difficult maps to contain AWPers, like we mentioned before. He can go towards B aggressively at the barrels, he can face top and mid, second middle, apartments. Many different options to get that opening pick, and like we went over before, once he gets that pick, he can fall back and go to another side of the map and just be a complete pain in the ass, if you will.
I will. Don't have to ask me twice.
Back at it. Round number 10, double digits. Last map of the evening. I think not great for heroic. They had a chance to work out their buy as well with a tactical call out from EnVyUs. Hamas and a boost. Oh, Rumble, that's quite nice. The fact he lands there like that as well.
That is really good.
That's really difficult. You mess that up, you're landing on the other side of the wall, you're just done for. So, well, I guess I'm
that's
dead.
gone horribly wrong. That's clearly rehearsed. I would say well rehearsed.
So's this. Didn't really work out. The double stack towards the apartments there. Obviously a little bit desperate in terms of the buy itself. Nice idea, but if XMS went down there, it would have been successful. 4 on 3 now. As we head towards Banana, up against that AWP, as we mentioned. Good smoke as well. Has a chance to go for the wall banks here. Gives away his position. Oh, the nades. He might have outstayed his welcome here. He's okay. Then the Molotov will buy him some time.
Might do. But hold your ground, Yugi. AWP in hand. They'll start to work up Banana. Flashes around. Doesn't find the preemptive strike. Has to back off. Molotov down as well. He steps into it. 22 HP with an AWP, and he misses a second shot that allows RPK to get up all on his grills.
Up in the grill. Well, that's going to be the save call now from heroic EnVyUs. With a nice play there, focusing on the apartments. Like we said, that's quite usual for most defaults. There was a double stack there from the CTs. Quite a innovative one, I guess. So the idea is, like, as a T coming out that corner, you're usually pre-firing one corner. You obviously can't do both. And double CT stack hopefully gets you one kill with double firepower, but didn't really work out like that. 2-for-1 trade. And then EnVyUs could run away with the round as soon as they started bullying Yugi off the B side. Nice shot from Scream to take down Snappy. And that'll be it, 6-4. Money should be done for now. And you get out $1,900 into this round. They save Famous. Not looking too good for them. Oh, he does upgrade to an M4A4, just to note. So there's something there. Do they opt to force in here? They can buy into the next round with $2,400 coming in, so no need to force. And they want to indeed not really investing anything into this round. It's up to S-Tag to maybe cause a bit of a ruckus. His desired location. That'll be towards Banana. Flashbang goes in. Going for the pace. Not going to find anything just yet.
Not going to find anything just yet. Happy's already made it to the archway, however, and there's not really any pressure at this position. If he really wanted to, he could wrap back through the arch, but instead he's going to go to the A site. Happy hunting. Dude, he's definitely got a few kills here. Okay. Come on, man. You're overthinking it. Just go kill them all.
No, he wants to look as clever as possible. Oh, here he comes. S-Tag with the rifle as well. This is the target he wanted, Matt.
Oh, yeah, is it?
Yes,
dear
it
me.
is.
Nearly was Predator become the prey, prey become the Predator. You know what I mean. Scream takes down Sixer. That's a team kill. Maudie takes down Scream. That's the bomb. So it's not easily as done as you'd think, despite Happy's good positioning. I think he should have just gone and cleared the site, but he got the rifle. Maudie, with his rifle, may get a kill back the other way. RPK's got to flank it back, and thankfully does get Yugi, but we're not done yet because Maudie's still inside of the site, and the bomb is still not planted. He's pulled this all apart. As XMS wants to swing, he makes up for it, thankfully, just in the nick of time.
It wasn't even the M4 that caused any of the damage there. It was all down to the USBs and P250s. Comes down to the 1v1. But unless you get the round on the board, it doesn't really matter at this stage in the game. It's 6-5. EnVy have got enough money for the rest of the half, and it looks like we do have M4s available once again for Heroic. No AWP this time for Yugi. As EnVy look to tie things up here. Looking for 6-6. No defuse kits available for Heroic, and considering the execution-based play we've seen from EnVyUs and trying to plant within those smokes, that can be problematic. To be fair, they haven't really been successful planting those smokes yet, but I'm sure it'll work out at some point.
You should hope so. XMS, meanwhile, will get inside of the apartments. He's there relatively unscathed, in fact, entirely as such. No one's even spotted him. He's there quietly, complacently. He goes toward the doorway. Happy's gone up the hall. And gets wrecked by Nico through a smoke. Not bad. Maudie, meanwhile, takes down XMS, and Heroic, looking stoic, will shut down anything on their way toward the A site. That, of course, being Happy, Scream, and XMS, to be specific, as RPK. Sixer hold toward the top of middle. Bomb is in their possession.
This is looking much better for Heroic now, and SRPK has a mad one, which he won't flashed off and taken down by Yugi. 6 up, the last player remaining now. Bomb on his back. But that's all we'll have. S-Tag takes him down with the backstab there, and it's going to be Heroic looking much better there with just the rifles, no kits. They do manage to deny the bomb going down. Like I said, EnVy will be okay for money, regardless of losing that round. As they buy into number 13 here, the closing stages of half number 1. Final game of the evening. Heroic, 1 map down. Not looking too good in the Pro League standings so far. Desperately need to get some points on the board here. More nades towards Banana. No AWP available on either side, but an AK for Yugi means he can hold slightly more audacious angles.
Yugi with, as you mentioned, the AK with a stag above him. Shots will go out. Don't land as of yet. Scream gets up to the bench. The bench is not quite the same position it used to be in the fact that it's more exposed toward the bottom of mid now.
Yeah, it's like used to be a position you could throw in 1 or 2 times a half and like have great cover,
So
spray down
sneaky.
second middle. It still does do that, but you are a lot more exposed, you're right. You can see it from the position they're in at the bottom of the middle now. They do get mid control though. 1 minute remaining. They're going to be splitting Banana. The Banana split. Extra cream, please.
Good shots out from XMS. Takes down Maudie. Extra cream for Moses. As Snappy waits for the push through the arch, and Scream's already on the turnpike. Takes him down. Stag now with the boost. Has vision towards CT, and a double spray. He may just save the day. It's Yugi alongside of him, and as they go hunting for him, he takes back the shot on, the shot on RPK. Nico shutting down Happy was the backup plan. The side chick over on A because that Sixer was running back to her.
It's all looking so good for EnVyUs, and the first 2 kills come through. Six are making a ton of noise now, desperately trying to plant on the A side, but he doesn't even know. It's Nico waiting in the pit, the snake in the grass. He'll take him down. There was no time remaining. 8-5. It looked so good for EnVyUs. They had the mid control. They had the first 2 picks. It was looking amazing. They went through CT spawn, but ESTAG shuts it all down. Round number 14 comes in, and that could be it. As EnVyUs have to take an eco now for the last round. No bombs going down in a while. Oops, elevator for Heroic. This round should be a walk in the park. So they'll nade towards middle maybe here. The T steps. 2 of those go down. Doesn't land any damage, but Moddy's there to take care of that. He will look towards second middle. Find 1. He knows there's a chance players could be chasing him. He'll just cover his tracks, and Snappy doesn't have to be part of this fight. He'll get the kill regardless, but now he can definitely fall back.
RPK out and downed. Did get a dink to Moddy, but it's all on to Happy, and it's going to go 9-5 as we head to round 15. So all to play for in this, our last map of the week for European Pro League. In fact, not just this week, but the next as well. We're not back for quite some time.
That's right. Epicenter's next week, right?
And Starladder / the Miners the one after that.
Yeah. Pro League will be put onto a hiatus for a little bit.
Indeed we will.
We'll be back, though. It never ends.
It's true.
Just when you think it's finished.
It does. It's called the road to Odense.
Odense. I don't know.
Odense.
Odense. Is that it?
No, I don't know. I'm just...
Odense.
It's fine.
We've got to go there, so we need to work it out. Moddy with the first shot, and it will be a double kill for Heroic, chasing the double digits right now. They don't have to fight for this too much. His screen that fights back, though, as he does manage to take down Yugi at the banana area. RPK chiming in as well, but Snappy, it's all down to him. He could be the saboteur, and EnVyUs' plan. 6 up. Might check this to bomb, actually. Is that thrown in there? It's not, but Sixer does give himself up to Snappy. He'll have to fall back now, hopefully. Maybe he gets towards T-steps. I think that'll be a nice play. We'll see what he decides to do. ESTAG up against 2 here. Goes down with nothing. EnVyUs back in the round. He just needs to get 1 kill. That'll be enough. Against Scream, though, that might be a tall order. Indeed, it will. Aim wasn't quite there. 1 minute remaining. Bomb down. Scream has the chance to reposition. Get himself towards those ruins. Kit's available, of course, on Heroic, but low HP for the French players. Belgian, I should say, for Scream.
RPK, meanwhile, sits inside of the chapel. So, too, with Scream. They'll keep their confessions long, but when they pray, they keep it short. As Moddy takes down Scream. RPK might need a longer prayer, actually, if I'm honest, in this round, because they're already on the defuse, and he's got no HP to contest. It's done. He gets found by Moddy. Defuse is complete, and we go 10-5 at the half in favor of Heroic on the City side. So all things on course, but decent nonetheless.
Let's find out they can close it out in the second half, shall we? We'll take a very quick break. They're looking much better. Don't go anywhere.
10-5, where we sit. Heroic start on the T side for the second half. They swap over and begin their attack, their assault. It's a different map on to Envy.
Pistol round means everything. Heroic pick this up and get the 3-0, though. 13-5. That is more easy said than done, of course. But let's see what they can do, shall we? The buy's coming through. One smoke so far. Modi with the armor. Deagle, here we go. He's going for the big balls plays. Yugi, it's quite rare to see this on Inferno. We'll see where he decides to go. Can mean everything though. This sort of map wave up middle and banana long range. Jules against the USP, of course, got the same sort of range, but they're not expecting the T's to come up with these one-shot potential. Oh, got your head.
That's not amazing. A little awkward. RPK gets the kill on a stag with the assist to Yugi. Happy gets Yugi down afterward. Insult to injury. It's 2. Just 2 for Heroic against the 4 of Envy. With bomb planted, however. Yeah, that's not great.
Juicy headshot there with the Deagle.
So, yeah, pretty good. It's more headshot percentage than I get. Meanwhile, Snappy goes back out. XMS is able to pull him back. It's all down to Nico in a 1 versus 3. Sees the player at Library, fires first, and then doesn't realize XMS is so close. And they'll get the defuse.
Decent attempt from Heroic, but Deagle not really doing much for them, but self-inflicted damage. 10-6. EnVyUs back in the game. They could force in the second Heroic. It's not the right call. Oh, goodness, they're doing it.
Oh, no.
You've got this lead. And you don't want to do it. Look at the buy EnVyUs get. This is what they would have in the third round. 3 MP9s, UMPs. You're forcing now, so sure, you still have a chance to win this, but I would say the AK sounds so much more fun up against SMGs in the third round. I'm not sure why EnVyUs are focusing so heavily on SMGs. They seem to really make things difficult for themselves.
Scream rotates around. He's going to make his way back to the site. He's not fully abandoned XMS, unlike my father did to me.
Joking, of course.
Definitely joking. XMS takes down a stag. Scream's still there. And XMS gets brave and pushes through the smoke. It's Scream to take out Snappy, and they'll try to go further. In fact, does, but then gets taken down in the end by Yugi.
Just need to plant it. Doubtful they can win the round unless Yugi gets his kill right here, right now, which he does not. Bomb dropped. 45 seconds remaining, and they won't have the AKs now. They might have just let EnVyUs back in this game. Towards B they went. Could have had the AKs in the third. Opted for the CZs, and no plant coming out of it means it was all a bit of a waste. Well. Full eco now required from Heroic. A chance to breathe there for EnVyUs. Bring out a couple of M4s as well. Nothing too crazy required now. Let's back to round number 3. No nades, no armor.
No nades, no armor. Oh, what a tough, sorry sight that is, as Envy's up to 7 rounds. And they're trying to find number 8. Pistol side on CT. Sunny side up. It's a good morning. Chance to start the day and get work done. By all of that, I mean a chance to win the game. Stay with me on this one.
Okay, I'm staying with you. Explain.
No, I already did, but I'm just saying stay with me. We've got a good game on our hands.
Okay. I'm sure everyone believes you. It seems like we do. It's 10-8. EnVyUs on the CT side. They can certainly pull this back. They're opting for, this is what we call a bonus round, ladies and gentlemen. MP9s, UMPs, 2 M4s. Oh, my.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh,
yeah,
my.
Exactly.
I got it. That was good.
Heroic. Without the AWP, not really required on the T side of Inferno, but nades are. Modi hasn't got any. They're going to slow paced, methodical default now. Nico has made his way towards Boiler Room, smoking towards the arch side. There's Modi at the end of the apartments. Good lord, that was a nice shot. And he goes one better. There's the headshot as well. Takes down 2, and Yugi might get the 3rd. Not meant to be, though. Happy doing good work with the MP9, but not for long. Round over. I would save those M4s, or you boys. Nice approach here from Modi. I'd like to see that again. It seemed like he just had intuition as to when he had to jump out. Yeah, flashbang came over first. It wasn't quite short, but it sounded very nice. Very nice.
Very nice, yes, very nice.
old joke for you there. Blast from the past, 2005. Bringing
yes,
that back.
Yes, very nice.
Very nice.
Never gets old, really, though, does it?
And I got pretty old pretty quickly. Well, what's another old one? Was up. Remember that?
Yeah. Was up?
That died. Why did that ever go? That was a good one.
How do we get paid?
I don't know.
Who pays us for this? We thank you very much for doing so, by the way. Please don't stop.
Here's Modi. Made his way out of the apartments. Like I said, didn't seem to be much rhyme or reason for it. Just snuck out there. They didn't have anyone watching it. 2 players dropped. Nice shots from him. 11-8. Saving the 2 M4s mean they can buy pretty easily into this one. It was a bonus round before, if you remember. 6L with the AWP this time. Oh, at the barrels. Has to fall back and fires off a shot through the wall. Smoke down, so they could boot him up on the wall if they want to.
Nade down, damage in, quite considerable damage at that. XMS jumps into his teammate. They do a little headbutt, little butt tap, chest bump, boost up the op. Sixer looks for the shot, blinded by the light, and has to back off. Snappy is there with a stag, and the stag will start to go. The flash goes light, actually. It bounced off the half wall and back the other direction, so it never caught him, but he still backed off, did Sixer. Oh my goodness, fire that half wall now, and he might have had a collateral, but doesn't choose to do so.
Still anyone's game here. Heroic win this. They're firmly in the driving seat, though. Low HP on Sixer and XMS. Sixer with the AWP alone at the B side now, not in the best position to hunt for information. As you can see, XMS decides to fall back through the speedway area. Sixer does get the first pick, though. How has been gifted that? He might even get more than this. Can see the gun barrels. Nails the shot. This is looking sloppy from Heroic. They must be running out of time. They are indeed. That's why it's all going horribly wrong, and that should be the round. No time to plant. Yeah, so just to be clear, in my studio, I've got a time cut off. I have to run back to my PC to find out the time. So I was wondering, why are they just running in like that? They obviously were running out of time. And it all makes sense in the end. So, playing themselves almost there, Heroic. They just left themselves extra 10 seconds. Could have been very nice indeed. Very nice.
Still there, are you? You could stay there. We'll keep things busy over here toward the arch. That's where Sixer plays, and he's got all the utility desired and required. It's 11-9. Heroic finally getting around on the board, but then getting reset after just the first gun round. In the half, they still have enough to bring guns up, but it's scarce moving forward if they don't win this.
To the last few rounds now. Heroic with the lead, but it seems to be slipping away somewhat. XMS down to 52. He's got the MP9 again. This guy loves the default SMG. There's a Mac 10s in the first half, MP9s in the second. Gets himself right down the bottom of Banana, but his teammate's going down as well. Scream with one at Banana. But it's all falling apart for the boys in blue. Happy now, the last line of defense on the A side. Gets a ding, but that's all he'll find. Scream looks like he fancies a chance in this 1 versus 4, but he's got 34 points of health. I would suggest he doesn't go for this, considering he has no nades and kit. He might just save up towards the library and try and tuck himself in the corner and hope he can find a couple of kills. In terms of the cash, it must be running low. It's actually not. Well, it depends where you look at it. We've got RBK all in, $600,000. We have got 3750 on Happy. He likes to dabble with the ore from time to time. So if they save the M4, they can probably force into it. If they don't, I would say they're on eco.
Well, Scream will sit inside of the library. And down he goes with the bomb, even for sitting that far. That's not what was planned at all.
These players, like, sometimes they don't seem to know the full intricacies of the map.
You've got to go into a map, play with some bots, do some things, and try it all out.
Like, you'd assume someone who plays the game as much as he does to know whereabouts you are to be safe. Like, I guess you don't know everywhere, but...
You're safe at nowhere with Doji on this map.
It's true. Was that in the grand final?
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on the last map of the grand final. Yeah. And then Hobbit put the nail in the coffin at Coffins.
So you keep saying.
Yeah. Well, he's the best player in the world, so it's understandable.
Where is he now?
Still on Gambit.
What happened? What's he done since the major?
They're waiting for the next major. They only show up when it matters. They'll be back.
Good way to be.
They'll be back. I predict them to be in the top 4 of the next major. It'll be FaZe, Astralis, Gambit, and SK. That's your top 4.
Gambit, SK.
Scream. You can clip that, quote it, send it to all your friends. Tell Mary Poppins we'll sing a song about it. Happy in a 1 versus 3. Heroic finally getting stuff rolling. Because they picked up another round previously, and this time it's them in 3. And EnVyUs in 1. One being Happy, and Happy it's just going to give up early. It's going to keep that AK-47 with some armor.
Was the eco from EnVyUs there. 6, a very quiet game from him. 7 and 17, considering it's a very AWP-centric map, especially on the CT side. Expecting him to be firing all cylinders right now, but 13-9 comes through. Happy saves the AK.
Careful for the bomb, Happy.
I'm sure he'll be fine at this distance. You never know.
And if you don't know, now you know. Scream certainly knows.
To 9. That was the eco, so saving the AK, they should be fine. Going into the next round, the buy will be there. Scream will probably be throwing the AK, I'd imagine, considering his low funds. Heroic looking pretty good here, but on the T side, it all can go wrong very quickly. I'll take a tactical timer right now, that's for EnVyUs, just to work out how they distribute the wealth and get into round number 8. Got a pretty difficult path ahead of them.
You can say that again.
They've got a very difficult path ahead of them.
You're such a parrot. I knew you'd do it. Hook, line, and sinker. Sinker seemed rude. I barely knew her.
This is very conservative.
Yeah, wow, I'm impressed.
They've got enough to buy with the AK there as well.
Well done, Envy. Finally learning how Economics 101 works.
Jeez.
They're playing the game, Hank. They're here to win.
All right, then.
Never mind playing for overtime.
Well, I like this boost. Can I see that from Happy's POV?
Oh. Would have been better to see it from Nico's POV, apparently.
Yeah.
I love how they both just started firing. That was pretty good.
Got him. The turrets.
Stag around the corner. Good flash. He'll find Scream. So the stack serves to find 1 kill, but it's the HP that's the bigger factor as we look to Snappy. 3 HP left. Yugi, 15 HP left. Madi and Stag are doing better, just to let you know, Mom. But this is against pistols. This is against the conservative Envy.
started off very nicely for them, but they were happy. AK-47 in hand, he will face. If timings work out for him, maybe it works, but happy. Still could do something with this. There's one, low HP players in front of him now, 2-on-2, and gets another through the smoke. A position that has paid dividends for him before. Now leaves Yugi in what seems like an impossible situation. He'll fall back, 25 seconds remaining. Doesn't really have time to justify running back towards A, considering he'd have to check so many different angles. He was going to do it, he had to bolt straight away. Oh, now he's deciding to go. Yeah, wait here, he won't be able to get there silently, so RPK doesn't hear him coming. He could even knife him if he wants to. Yeah, wherever you come, Happy. I'm going to try and knife him.
And just get the kill instead, RPK.
Oh, come on.
No, you know, Henry, they've done a good thing here. They went for pistols for once. They were rewarded for it, some positive reinforcement in the Economics 101 test. And they've given themselves double digits, 3 rounds away from their opponent, and kept keeping them at 13, by the way. And now they're in a real position to challenge for this game.
I was happy getting that first kill, and then one for the smoke as well. Funneled him back towards A. He was very apprehensive, though. Could have gone straight away and maybe had a chance to get there silently, but not meant to be. RPK heard him, took him down, executed with the CZ, and they're right back in this. That was a conservative approach, but one that paid off tremendously. They win the round. Plenty of money. They're right back in this as we enter round number 9.
Yugi at the top side of mid is already peeking. See if he can spot Sixer towards. Yes, he certainly can. The archway. A shot successful, and RPK forced back inside of the site as a result of it. They still have Happy inside of the pit, and Scream's made his way to the library. But it's Happy that needs to peek back again, and he's watching the gap, but I don't know that he knows Maudie is as close as he is, and certainly not. He had no idea. Maudie much closer as RPK now left alone. Spots one jumping across. Maudie again, the one to find the kill. They've lost one player in the process. It's Yugi that went down, but bomb is still up, and it's going to be planted by Steg. And EnVy's backing away. It's heroic to find 14 after the save, the, I guess, eco around the AK paid off, and now it leaves their money in a worse state again.
It should be okay, right?
You'd think it would be, but press tab, Hank.
Ooh. They got Happy on 7K. And they saved 2 weapons, so this should be fine. They can
still drop it, but it's not what you thought it would be.
Yeah. Well, RPK can buy for himself. They've got 2 guns there, so that's 3 people sorted. Happy can buy one for himself, and 6 drop.
So they're all right. Math for utility, I dare you.
So Screen can buy a smoke and a flashbang. X-Max can buy a flashbang, depending on what he has already. So he's got an incendiary and a flashbang, so he can get a smoke. Oh, no, he can't. He's got a 200, hasn't he? We'll have a look, though. 8,500 now for Happy, so they're okay. Match pause, yeah. They'll take this just to distribute the wealth accordingly.
Happy's the high roller. The fact that they still have the op saved over helps a lot.
Yeah. That saves some money. Definitely worth the pause, though, just to make sure they get the most out of this buy. No one makes any mistakes. Panics in the 15 seconds freeze time. Makes a blunder. He knows what he's doing. Six up towards middle. As you can see, the buy pretty decent for EnVyUs, all things considered. Alright, looking for match point. What a time to find it as well. This would completely wreck the money at the CT side. And they'd have 5 match points in the bag. 6 in the border room right now. Nade coming through to cause a veil. We discussed this earlier on Mirage. It's almost like a flashbang in many ways. That means once it goes off, it's confusing, it does damage. Blocks vision. Coming for a pre-fire in a certain corner, a tendency, you know, an AWPer might go towards. That can be a very cool approach. Try and use that in your games at home. Practice it first.
I would say practice it first.
But it is quite a cool way to face angles. You can do it yourself as well by nading corners on long, Dust 2, for example. EnVy committing fully towards A. Estag got another brilliant shot. Happy. Can he get one this time? I think that's another save. The money's in the bin for EnVyUs, that match point.
Scream will back it off. It is match point for Heroic. Yet again. As we get to the end of our stint at Pro League. Again, 2 weeks off before we join things again. We do have NA a little bit later on if you want to join Jordan Nothing Gilbert, the star of North America. Finally, some real talent emerging in North America.
They don't have Jason, though.
They don't have Jason.
So...
shame that. You did reveal earlier today that you thought he was very attractive.
Handsome.
Whatever.
There's a difference.
Please explain.
Well, if I said he was very attractive, it would suggest I'm attracted to him. If I say he's handsome, I'm just acknowledging that he's a good-looking man.
Didn't know there was a difference there, but all right.
Very handsome. Round number 11, here we go then, all in for EnVyUs. They did save the 2 M4s, but as you can see, money in tatters. 2 CZs for their rifles in their own right. As we've seen tonight, time and time again, I think I need to stop saying, oh, they're just down to pistols now, that's it, because it doesn't ever seem to pan out that way.
Never seems to at all, but we still have a good chance for Heroic. Stag checks the tree as he walks around the corner. I remember it was EnVy that did well on Nuke to win. This could be return serve for Heroic. It was 16-9 on Nuke. This would be 16-10 if it ends now. Third Danish team to split a series this week as the Stag walks in. Good opening kill, takes down Scream. XMS instead no response, but Snappy's there to find him. It gives us a 4-on-3 situation with Bomb going down 6 HP for Snappy. And the rotation commence. No kits. Massive problem for EnVy as they arrive to the site with 2 pistols and a FAMAS. Happy waits toward the ruins, and he'll start to find a way back through to Coffins. Snappy goes down. Good entrance from Sixer, but that gives Yugi a chance to peek. Monty goes with them, and Yugi wraps it all up. 16-10, it's Heroic. That will go 1-1 tonight. 1-1. 2 different series, best of ones, but it's 3 points for either team.
Both of them struggling in the Pro League standings. It doesn't really help either. They get points each, but both of them looking for 6 tonight. EnVyUs will be a little bit gutted at that one. The first half wasn't too bad, but Heroic ran away with it in the second. There it is, that T-side looking very good indeed, breaking the bank account down. It seemed like EnVyUs was saving time and time again. A nice idea to have that save, and the time they could have bought, it seemed like that was the turning point of the game, but then shut down in the subsequent round. It all fell apart. And there it is, the final map of the evening is over, but don't go anywhere. We've got Alex and the boys over at the desk.
Thank you so much, Henry and Matt. One of Matt's favourites there, EnVy, did not quite make the second map. It's going to be a split series. Yanko, the savant, did call it.
How are you doing it, Yanko? Your prediction game has been absolutely phenomenal lately.
I mean, is there algorithms? Is there graphs? How are you doing this?
Well, if I told you, Alex, I would have to murder you.
I believe it. I actually do. Yeah, I believe that would actually happen.
You know, I want to analyze the game, but I also just want to say, what does this mean for the 2 teams? And unfortunately, the answer is not a lot, because one of them was going to need to get a 2-0 to like give themselves any limping potential mathematical, some crazy... I haven't done the calculations, right? I'm not a bloody computer, but just face value looking at the standings.
Always ask Matt about Economics 101.
Oh, did he do economics as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I did A-level economics.
There's not a science that Matt didn't master.
I did economics, but I slept through it and I got kicked out of the class 3 months in.
You did?
Yeah.
Economics is fun, man.
I had a real trouble after anything past supply and demand just started blowing my mind. I could do a graph. That was
Listen, let's get back to the game for at least a little bit. I think like Heroic did what was necessary to do. They managed to play better on the easier side, so to speak. CT side, they got a bunch of rounds there, 9 or 10, I believe. And then on the T side, they got the job done. That Modi 3K to close out the half was beautiful, Alex.
Yeah, Modi 3K to close out the half. I heard good things about that as well. But yeah, 16-10, as you can see, the final score. It was not necessarily everything that EnVy did envision. I'm taking a look at the standings now, actually, just to try and get my head around this one. But basically, the long story short is that we have FaZe right at the top. Their default wins versus LDLC have kind of confirmed that top spot for them, and they're nearly there in terms of locking in top 6.
Yeah, I think it may have even locked them #1, right? Because we did see North stumble earlier in the week with an upset loss to Na'Vi, so that could be huge for FaZe, taking that #1 spot going into the finals. But I think I was saying before that if the top 6 stays like that, I would be relatively content. There's a good mix of teams who have surprised us this season in the likes of Fnatic and NIP. Obviously, FaZe was like a not surprise package, but how strong they are, we didn't know at the start of the season. And down the bottom, we say it time and time again, Na'Vi are going to have to really have a scrap in that last week to stay out of that or get out of that bottom position.
You can see the heroic EnVyUs matchup didn't change all that much. They're still pretty close in terms of points. Godsend still in the danger zone. Hellraisers to an extent, right? That last week, Alex, is going to be a barn burner.
Barns will be burned. And with that said, North America, we can check in with them because the burning bush is that of SK. Now, with their games today, they have a chance to lock in first place. That's right, 51 points is the threshold. They're on 49 at this very moment in time.
You know, I even spoke to Valve to make sure that Renegades were going to be able to play the EPL finals, and they made the minor dates not clash, and they're not going to make it.
For the first time, actually. That's kind of agonizing.
Doesn't it make it really sad?
They still might make it. They're 10-10. There's still
12
6
and 10,
games to be played. You know, that's 18 points in play, chat.
It's not the end of the world for North America. But with that said, those are the standings. There will be some more North American games coming up. But first, a reminder of what you have just witnessed today here in Europe. If you have just joined us, guys, do not fear. They're all available on the YouTube channel. It is where you are right now. You go ahead and check out all those VODs. They should be uploaded forthwith. It is, of course, just ESL CS.
Yeah, gaming.com. Not gaming.com.
Gaming.youtube.com/ESLCS. Yeah, it's worth checking out. I think if you had to choose a map for you to check out from today, it might be interesting actually to check out what happened on that secondary stream. If you've been sticking with us throughout the majority of the day, go ahead and have a little look at how the full 30 rounds of Overpass played out between Godsend and Na'Vi. That could certainly be worth a watch. Now, not only is it over for us this day, it is also over for us this week. However, next week we have got our matches set in stone. This is what you can go ahead and pop in your diary for November 7th. So next Tuesday, you'll be able to jump into that one. It's certainly not next Tuesday.
Tuesday, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks, because there's some events to look forward to.
3 weeks.
There are 2 weeks in between now and when we kick off the next week.
Thank you.
3rd week from now.
But if you just want to know the date and not how many weeks, it's November the 7th.
Yeah, November 7th. Remember.
6th of November.
Did they say the 7th?
5th. The 5th
Remember the 5th of November.
Yeah, it's a great movie, V for Vendetta. I love it.
It's Firework Night, Guy Fawkes, 4chan, everything good in there. All right, well, that's
strong close, boys.
Yeah, it's been good. This has been fantastic.
Good close.
Okay, well, we are getting close to the end, that's for sure. One final reminder is what's coming up in North America. That's right, more games for you to divulge your Counter-Strike hunger.
Oh, that's going to be a good one, CLG versus Optic, I think. I always like what I get to see out of the CLG camp. I think
Why is it going to be good? Optic play from Europe.
Oh. Okay, well,
Aren't they still getting wins like that, though?
I did try to hype the viewers up.
They are, but maybe not versus CLG.
How do you think Steel feels being in Immortals now that
you can watch the B stream, Hiko getting wrecked by SK just like in his Liquid days.
Okay.
Rogue versus SK. You'll have to see that.
I know, I'm actually more interested just to see if Cloud9
plays or Bolt.
Cloud9 can lock themselves in as well. Keep your eyes on Cloud9. They're playing against Complexity. A 2-0 there would put them well within comfortable range for a top 6 finish, which is what they're hunting for, especially given that they want to get those Pro League funds. Represent a North American team from the North American region. Not all of them easy to find. Anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure. Another week for us. Matchday 23 concludes, and you guys have got some offline events to look forward to dig your teeth into for the rest of the coming weeks. When we come back November 7th, we've got more of the same. EnVy and Big will be kicking it off in the Battle of Survival. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, guys. It's been a pleasure, and the ESL Pro League will be back in 2 weeks' time.